When the intake manifold is properly sealed and installed to the cylinder heads, double check that the carburetor mounting surface is clean and that no debris or stray objects are in the plenum area of the intake. Holley offers a great universal mounting kit that has gaskets, mounting studs, caps, and throttle linkage parts that will cover a large number of applications. If you're using mounting studs, thread them in by hand, and if you need to, cinch them slightly with a pair of pliers. Next will be your carburetor gasket. When your gasket's in place, you can lay your new carburetor on the intake. With carbs that have bolts instead of studs, place the gasket first, then the carb, and align the bolt holes in the carburetor base and thread in the fasteners until you have them hand tight. It's important to check and make sure that all your bolts aren't too long. If they are, they'll bottom out in the threads of the intake and your carb will be loose, which will cause a vacuum leak. With mounting studs, you won't have to worry about that potential problem, so let's tighten the carb in place. The proper torque spec for carb mounting bolts is 60 to 80 inch-pounds. Of course, you have to have an inch-pound torque wrench to hit that spec exactly. If all you have is one of the more commonly available foot-pound torque wrenches, the equivalent torque spec is 4 to 5 foot-pounds. But most foot-pound wrenches don't have accurate readings below 10 foot-pounds, so as a last measure, you'll want to tighten the mounting fasteners to what is called hand tight. An average person with a 3/8 drive ratchet wrench can tighten very snugly with a strong turn of the wrench by hand until it feels the fastener has stopped turning. Start in one corner, move diagonally opposite, then along the same side, and finally tighten the diagonal opposite fastener. Now that your carburetor is in place and tightened, put your air cleaner on the carb and verify that your hood will close without any interference. This is an important check if you've changed intakes, added an adapter plate, or changed the type of carb and air cleaner. When everything checks out, let's move on.